Did you fall off a scaffold? Oh.
I swear to God, my battery just died. As soon as I walked in here, it just said goodbye.
Is anybody here?
Is Aaron here?
I'll tell you this though, man. If you got some lying hiding in one of these cells just to with me, it's not going to be fun for any of us.
We don't.
Step back into the haunted confines of the Mansfield Reformatory, where Ohio's most violent criminals lost their lives, but their souls still remain. I'm professional ghost hunter Josh Bernstein, and on these very special investigations, I'm joined by fellow ghost hunter Jose Mangin and our expert equipment techs, Cyrus Entezam and Morgan Rondinella. We have the knowledge, experience, and intestinal fortitude to guide these famous rock stars on dangerous hunts throughout America's most horrifying and decrepit prison. The same exact prison that now houses the annual Inkcarceration Music and Tattoo Festival. Our team dares to cross into a realm where the living meet the dead. Join us, Loudwire, and some of your favorite musicians as we enter the darkness in hopes of finding the souls still trapped in the impenetrable walls of Paranormal Prison.
Our next guests inside Paranormal Prison are the reunited members of Ohio's own Chimaira. The band's name is derived from the ancient Greek fire-breathing creature, the Chimaira, which was a winged hybrid of a lion, dragon, snake, and a goat. Vocalist Mark Hunter is one of the finest voices to ever emerge from the new wave of American heavy metal, and this Inkcarceration performance is the band's first festival appearance in over 14 years. The impossibility has become the reality right here in Paranormal Prison.
All right, Paranormal Prison, we are here with the band Chimaira. Jose, my host, I'm Josh Bernstein. Gentlemen,
Good to see you.
welcome to Paranormal Prison.
Good to see you guys. I love having Chimaira here, one of my favorite bands of Inkcarceration 24. We're in your home state.
Yes, sir.
You've been here before, you stayed here before. And how did you feel when you came into this place?
I was honestly blown away. You know, my first reaction was swearing. Like I was like, wow, holy shit. Like that was it. Like that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. I am blown away how tall and high everything is. What about you?
Yeah, this is incredible. Just how old, just how huge everything is, and the cells are just creepy.
Very creepy. It literally feels like rats in some sort of laboratory experiment.
All right, well, guys, let's head into the Paranormal Prison.
It's now time to take Mark and Matt from Chimaira through the bowels of this abandoned structure.
Some of these cells here are actually a little bit bigger, but it's because these would actually fit 4 to 6 people.
Oh, 4 to 6 in here?
A whole Chimaira band.
Crowded. We're getting, you gotta see the size of the beds.
It's our practice spot.
The spaces that are making sure.
They have a nice comforter there already.
And again, Matt, what you're looking for is dark blues, right? So obviously if you see extreme red, you might, if you aim that at Cyrus over there, we can see his body on camera. So we see, okay, there he is in his wrist base. And then we see blues should be cool, but if you see dark blue
My
and
battery
red,
died.
come on, we just
No,
checked
I
that.
swear to God, my battery just died. As soon as I walked in here, it just said goodbye.
We pause production as Morgan's fully charged camera batteries start dying the exact moment we enter the prison cells.
Bad Wi-Fi, batteries, getting discharged completely. Typical the interferences that exist in here have been known to mess with everything. So that's why it's great to have all these multiple devices in case something as backup.
In case something goes down.
Do you believe in the paranormal?
I myself do not believe in it, I guess, in the sense that you would see on TV, right? Like those types of, maybe what we're doing here today, I'm not sure. I'm way more metaphysical, and I believe there's dimensions, and I don't necessarily believe in like hauntings, like, ooh, Casper. I always get that image when someone says ghost, so that I don't go there, but dimensions, and I don't believe this is the only realm.
So this next area is one that Jose and I really has really sort of haunted us. This is the scaffolding story.
Yeah, so this scaffolding that you see here, the windows of the reformatory, they were washed every single day by inmates. The protocol was when you went to move the scaffolding, all inmates had to get off. Everybody moved it. Everybody would climb back up and finish up. But they only had like one little spot left to go before they got to go to lunch. So they convinced the officer, janitor, whatever, whoever was supervising these inmates, just move the scaffolding, just move the scaffolding. Well, he agreed. So they start to move the scaffolding and it hits one of these divots along the floor here and jars the scaffolding. First guy falls from the very top, dies on impact. Second guy falls, dies in surgery a little bit later on. The third guy, he ends up falling. He survives because he landed on the other two. Now, I have personal account from a guard who was actually here that day, and he said that day seeing all the blood all over the cell block and these men mangled up on this floor made him rethink a lot of his decisions coming into the Department of Corrections.
This is our blood walk.
Yeah.
So there's a new Chimaira song.
That I would have a very hard time walking up if that's the way to get up.
Like you're just climbing a ladder.
Did you fall off a scaffold?
Oh. In what was one of the cleanest Spirit Box hits we've ever captured, a voice bellows from the beyond, assuring us he was once on this very scaffold.
Are you still here?
With the same
voice.
The look on my face says it all. We have multiple engagements with the same voice at the same time. Has Chimaira disturbed their final resting place?
Do you believe that the spirit might stay where that death happens? That you believe that, separate of obviously Casper or Slimer, two of my favorite ghosts of all time, that a place could be haunted, that a physical place could be haunted?
So I will say yes. Energy remains. We played a festival in Australia actually that is at a prison, much like this. And like I just felt like I needed to immediately get out of there. Like it was just negative energy. And he was the same way, not Matt, but our keyboard player at the time. And we literally dipped out. We felt like completely paranoid, and I mean, maybe we were just high.
Matt, what about you?
That could have been it. I've yet to see a ghost, but I've always been, I've done like different haunted tours, and I'm always interested in it. I've been in places where you feel cold chill, but I've never been freaked out about it. I've always thought it was cool, and I don't know what I believe, but I think there's maybe something.
I felt a different sense in my chest when I walked in here. I don't know about you, Mark.
No, I did. I got a little spooked. I'm getting moments of heebie-jeebies, but they fade quickly.
Who is this? So Jose, as you know, this is an area we were at yesterday. We had some high activity, and Mark in particular, I would love to see how this meter reacts in this room, because last season, with the band The Ghost Inside, we got very high spikes on that meter.
Did you die in this room?
That's holding me.
Are these birds your messengers?
That's scarier than that. Is that Brooks's?
Brooks's bird.
As we approach the theater room, the deafening shrieks of pigeons fill the air. Are these birds warning us, don't go any further? As you know from the film, some birds are not meant to be caged.
So right here, we were told this is a sort of a guard check-in area where prisoners would come up here, check in and go into the room here. So, but at one point the guard that was operating this room here was beaten to death. So, this is one of the areas that we've gotten a lot of material. Is anybody here?
Did I say I'm here?
Matt hears a childlike voice from the spirit box that lets us know, I'm here.
I used the Shawshank sample in our EP though. That's kind of weird.
Pretty cool. What, In This Present Darkness?
Yeah, the EP on the actual disc, the print.
What sample did you use?
It's actually the same sample we used for the trailer for this.
Those of us who knew him best talk about him often. Sometimes it makes me sad, though. I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. And when they fly away, the part of you that knows it was a sin to lock them up does rejoice.
Are you here?
Weird, I'm here like a real happy veggie boy.
Curious. You were just kids.
This is a stark reminder that so many of these inmates were literally just children.
These are just kids. It was a reformatory for young boys in the beginning, right?
Yeah, it was just children.
Yep.
Really?
And it
Young boys.
Side.
Jose is absolutely correct. Our team is now convinced we have just heard a spirit say that it's just kids in here. I think the band has seen quite enough evidence to be satisfied.
Jose, we got to just finish a ghost hunt here with the guys in Chimaira. Like, guys, do you feel, is it fair to say that you might feel a little different now than you when we started?
So I appreciate the energy that I felt in here, and I had hoped that I would. So I don't know if I feel different. I kind of expected to feel some energy, but maybe not as much.
Do you feel inspired?
Inspired to become a
Dark.
You know, I aspire to become a well-behaved citizen because I would not want to be in a place like this.
See, lessons learned.
I find myself feeling empathetic for the people that had to live in these conditions
And die in these conditions.
die in these conditions.
Die in these conditions? It seems like the more Mark talks about the spirits locked in the prison, the more orbs our camera picks up and birds continue to surround us.
And while I agree that, you know, we need to do some sort of thing with criminals, obviously this situation that we're in wasn't it.
Thanks for letting us tour your home.
All right, Paranormal Prison. This has been Josh Bernstein with my co-host, Jose Mangin. We'll be here all weekend long. Incarceration Festival, only on Loudwire.com.
Hello, Brooklyn. Join us next week as the bad boys of Biohazard try to survive the hazards of Paranormal Prison, right here on Loudwire.com.